Okay, today is March 23rd, 2016, and right now at about 9:10 in the evening in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 55 degrees. The relative humidity is 35%. The dew point is 28 degrees, and the barometric pressure is 1,018 millibar. Okay, so right now in Southern California, we had windy conditions last night, very windy. And then we woke up to aerosols in the skies, cooler weather because of a trough that is actually still over the area of Southern California, right on the coast. Trough of low pressure. We also have a trough up in the middle of the state, northern part of the state, and we have a lot of moisture moving in. And so the jets were out spraying today. Chemtrail jets were out spraying. We can see a lot of scattered pockets of moisture moving into the state. And so LA, we saw heavy aerosol spraying pretty much all day long. And especially on the West Coast, waking up early this morning, I could see the entire, on the western horizon, they were really spraying heavily. And of course, these aerosols are when they are sprayed, they don't look like water vapor. They are sort of a grayish hue, like we see on the MODIS Today satellite. There's no mistaking the fact that those are chemical aerosols. They're not water vapor. They're not contrails. They're chemical aerosols, and they're sprayed to prevent the rain. And we had very low humidity today in Los Angeles. Right here, we had I think it was around 18% or something like that, 17%. Very, very low. And that was because of the wind that was engineered. We had that high pressure that was sitting over the area here as this storm system moved through. You can see that transmitter is following that storm and placing high pressure right into the core of that storm will amplify the effects of everything going on. So they've got a transmitter following this, and that is going to make conditions much worse for the people in the path of this storm as it moves to the east. And we can see the signature of that. There's a very thin line right here. We can see that, and that is the transmitter focusing heat right into that core, and we can see the violent turbulent activity in that core. That should just be a very simple spiral like you would see on a seashell. Instead, there's a lot of turbulent activity going on, and we can see that. Okay, and of course that high pressure has moved along, and now we have calm skies. There's no wind. The humidity is starting to rise back up. Like I say, it's around 35%. We have this moisture field moving in, and we should be having a lot of clouds and maybe some damp weather, but that's not the case because of all the aerosol spraying going on. And based on the jet stream and everything, I'm going to predict that tomorrow we will see more of the same. We have moisture moving straight into California, and we'll keep an eye on that. We have also, let's go back, we've got a low pressure starting to spin up here, something trying to spin right over Hawaii. We've got a dry upper low right here that is just dormant. They've pretty much killed that off. We have this system here. We've been watching that for 2 days. That was a hurricane force system. And then we have two more. We've got one here and then one right behind it. And we can see the transmitter on this one here to neutralize the development, the counterclockwise rotation. And that is a signature right there of a transmitter applying heat into that core. And we can see the high pressure that's been installed here. That's a radar that has generated a barrier right here that's going to prevent the jet stream flow, which is trying to make its way into the northwest. That's going to separate, prevent that from getting wound into that system right there. All right, here's the jet stream map. And we can see the pattern moving right into Oregon and Washington. And we have a separate flow moving down and into that low pressure system spinning over, I believe it is Kansas or something like that. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, Kansas and Nebraska. All right, let's look next at the western U.S. water vapor loop. We can see what's happening here. We have a lot of aerosols being sprayed through this area. And we will probably see more chemtrails being sprayed tomorrow in Los Angeles. Got a lot of moisture moving in. Still have a lot of high pressure though, and we'll take a look at that next. Here's the this is the surface analysis map. We still have high pressure installed in place. This is around the 9th day in a row, I believe. 8th or 9th day. We had this stationary high pressure. This is 1,031 millibar in the core right here. The center of that high pressure is 1,031. We've got high right here, and we have this trough of low pressure right over the LA area. Right here is LA. So we had much cooler weather today, and it was real nice. A little bit of wind, and we have a separate area, a trough right here. But all this high pressure is blocking everything trying to move in and deliver rain. Okay, so that and the jets spraying is killing our weather, our winter. We've really not had much of a winter, actually. This is a 980 millibar storm right here. This is what we've been watching. We have a developing gale indicated out in this area. And we have this cold front. This should be moving in and delivering some weather, but they've got this all built in with high pressure. So at least for the next couple of days, I don't think we're going to have any kind of rain or anything like that in Southern California. All right, let's take a look at the, this is the wave analysis. We can see in that storm is currently generating 35-foot swells right here. And off of California, we have 11-foot seas all through here, all the way up through Northern California, or rather Central California. Okay, next let's take a look at the, this is the SSEC geostationary water vapor map. And we can get a pretty good idea, a good look at the chemtrail spraying in this particular map. It has a higher resolution and good contrast. We can see the aerosols being laid out right here, right over California, and also right out in this area. Okay, so we have something down here trying to spin up over Hawaii. We're going to keep an eye on this. This may develop into another low pressure system that may, well, it could actually move up, catch the jet stream and move on over to California. But that's unlikely because of the games these people have been playing with placing high pressure and blocking all of our weather. I did hear on the radio that there might be a chance of rain for, I think they said Sunday. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. All right, next we have the sea level pressure. This is pretty much the same as the surface analysis map. We can see that high. All this area is all high pressure. That's going to block a lot of the cold front that's going to be moving in. Okay, here's the 500 millibar. We can see area of low pressure indicated right here. And we've got that low right now, creating problems for the people in the middle of the country. And we have the 300 millibar chart. See that big low pressure right here. And we've got a little bit of low pressure indicated here, and low pressure down in this area right near the Hawaiian Islands out here. And we got the jet stream moving right into northwest. Okay, so that's pretty much the summary. There's not a whole lot to report other than the usual chemtrail spraying and reporting on these opportunities for rain. We're now into the spring season, and we have not had very much rain. And we know why. We know what they're up to and what they've been up to. We've got this area of high pressure that's just been sitting here blocking everything. You can see the clockwise rotation. And the chemtrail jets, they're spraying all through here. And so we're not getting the rain that we should be getting. But yet they allow this system to spin up. This was a dry upper level low here a couple of days ago, right here, and then it moved away, and look what's happened. There's no reason they can't allow something like that over Southern California and for one day, dump some rain. All right, so that's it. We'll do another update tomorrow.